go out and win an election and then come back and talk to me. Until you've done that, act like you are what you are, 16% of the party, and just do what you can to deliver your 16%. Back to see you again, Politicon YouTubers, and I want to have a little discussion today, well, you guessed it, about politics. And I want to take a little bit of an unconventional view here. I think that in the most important thing possible, I think the Democratic Party has never been stronger than it is right now. December the 9th, 2024. Okay, James, how can you say that? We lost the presidency, we lost the Senate, we didn't get the House back, the courts look dismal. All true. However, in my opinion, the strength of a political party can mostly be determined by the quality of the potential leaders or candidates that they have. In other words, we can have robust state party organizations, we can have all kinds of things, but if we don't have the potential to put forward really great candidates, we're not that strong. And I'm here to tell you, and I've said this, I've been very, very consistent on this. This is why I begged, pleaded, connived, did everything I could to have an open process for the 2024 presidential election, because I know the quality and depth of the potential candidates that we have. Unfortunately, without rehashing it, it was impossible for us to do much more when President Biden got out on July 21st. And the powers to be decided we weren't going to have a sort of compressed, short period of time where we would have an open convention and hear from all the potential candidates. It would have probably been hard, but had we done something like this for the whole process, we would have won this race, and it would not have been close. All right. I'm not going to sit here and name names, because every time I do, I don't include somebody, or why did you put this person in here, not me. Just to say this, across high-level elected officials in the Democratic Party, at both the gubernatorial and the senatorial level, are just oozing with talent. And what's even better about it, people don't realize how much talent there is in the Democratic Party. And the faster we can open this up, the better off we're going to be. So I'm urging whoever the new DNC chair is, and I can assure you don't have any intention. Hold on. I'm going to be out at 1:30. What was that?
Just room service.
Huh?
Room service.
Okay. So, whoever the next DNC chair is going to be, and I'm not going to get in the middle of it, offer people vote on that, but whoever that person is, I hope that they say we're going to have an event maybe in the summer of 2026 and invite people to address us. And it's not going to be hard to figure out the 7 or 8 people that you want, but you want to get all of these people out front and you want to show them off. Call it a cattle call, call it a post parade. I don't give a shit what you call it, but let's not keep all of this talent and all of these different ideas and all of this potential energy that we have. Let's get it out on the field. Let's let people see what we got. I also, an interesting thing, I was reading it was a Washington Post, and there was a story about Mickey Sherrill, outstanding Navy, veteran Navy officer, and talking the kind of language that the same kind of can-do that's so important, and lead or get out of the way. And I said, boy, she should be a really strong candidate. And then I looked at the other people running. Holy moly! I mean, look at the level of people that are running just for the Democratic nomination, just in one state, New Jersey. We got the mayor of Newark, the mayor of Jersey City, the chairman of the state Senate. People, took off from investment banks to serve in the Marine Corps post 9/11. We got a distinguished United States congressman in there. I mean, my point is, you look at that field, and there are 4 or 5 people, you would say, man, these people have potential to be excellent governors. I'm just using this to show you the depth, the staggering depth of talent that exists in this party, not just at the potential presidential level, but all across. So one important conversation we have to have, and I was provoked or thought about it because I read an article, it was a kind of op-ed piece in the Washington Post by a guy named Perry Bacon. He's probably consistently seemed like a very bright guy. He's from Louisville. He's hardly some coastal elite, and seemed to take issue with the fact that winning elections is the purpose of a Democratic Party. Well, I want to take profound issue with Mr. Bacon, who I think probably is a nice guy, that is the only purpose of a political party. That's it. All right? We're not here to be a debating society. We're not here to score debate points, or we're not here to advocate unpopular things, although we think they're the right things to do. We're really here to win goddamn elections. That's why we exist. And of course, Mr. Bacon's original point, and I don't know, people always call me an establishment Democrat. I don't know what the fuck the establishment is. Do I look anything like an establishment Democrat to anybody? I don't think so. I don't look like an establishment nothing, or moderate Democrats. And somehow or another they told me, I'll just tell you right now, I am not a moderate Democrat. I am a liberal Democrat. One of the things that I took issue with the vice president's campaign was they didn't near enough accentuate the minimum wage or raising taxes on incomes for over 400,000 people. As I pointed out before, I think the campaign high command was overrun with lobbyists. I've called for not even allowing lobbyists to work in Democratic presidential campaigns. So I don't know what this guy is talking about, establishment, modern Democrats, or any of this stupid nonsense of left and right. You got to run hard and run articulate on things that are popular, like, well, let's just say the minimum wage, a tax and income's over $400,000 a year. And then, of course, the whole thing is, well, the language of identity politics really didn't hurt us, is evident, or it wasn't bad, but there's evidence for the fact that no one talked about it in 2024. So wait a minute. If you have an idea and no one talks about it, and you still insist that it was a good idea, well, it didn't make any sense. If it was a good idea, it's popular, people would talk about it. Now the defense of the identity people is, well, it couldn't have cost us any votes because no one talked about it. No one talked about it? Let me explain to all of you something about politics. That this is not true of writing a column. This is not true of being a TV host. The other side gets to play. You're not the only person on the field. So, correct. None of us talked about this nonsense, thank God. None of our candidates talked about it, but the other side did. And if you look at post-election poll, I'm sorry, Mr. Bacon, I'm sorry, Mr. Jon Stewart, but if you look at, I think it was called Blueprint, of the late deciders, something like 78% thought the Democrats wanted to defund the police. So don't come here and tell me that this identity language, this silly dictionary crap that people engaged in, wasn't a political liability. It clearly was. Now, I'm not for 1 minute suggesting that these are bad people that want to change dictionaries, or if there's something inherently immoral or wrong about them, and they'll suggest that, oh, there's something really politically stupid about them. Okay, that charge I'll make with great confidence. I mean, this was a political stupidity on a level that's self-inflicted. That's really hard to come up with. So let me review. Why am I optimistic? The talent level at the presidential level, the gubernatorial level, all across this country in the Democratic Party has never been higher. Let's get this talent out front as fast as we can. And yes, the purpose of a political party, and specifically the Democratic Party, is to win elections. That's why we exist. If people within the party, the 11% of Democrats that describe themselves as progressive liberal, and that's what the number is. I'm sorry, maybe it's wrong, and maybe it's 16%. And I would say one more thing to my identity friends. You had a chance. In the 2020 presidential primaries, everybody got to vote. You certainly were well represented. You had Senator Warren, represent part of that. You clearly had Bernie Sanders, who clearly was a part of that. You had Mayor Pete, guy I can't remember the other people in there, and it wasn't close. It was a wipeout. Yeah, Democrats chose Joe Biden, who never ran on defund the police, but you couldn't explain to Joe Biden what woke is, much less him run on it. So you had your chance. You're part of the coalition. I'm going to give you credit to say you're 16% of Democrats. We should give you 16% of the influence. And one more point I make is all of these people never win a general election in anything remotely like a contested seat. They go pick on some 78-year-old guy that's been there for 25 years in a cooked PVI plus 23 congressional districts, and they win, and they think they've done something profound. You've done shit. Whenever I see one of these, but I'll just call them for lack of a better word, used to study the progressive movement. I always thought it was a pretty good idea, but y'all stolen that word, so I guess I can't use it anymore. Go out and win an election, and then come back and talk to me. Until you've done that, act like you are what you are, 16% of the party, and just do what you can to deliver your 16%. Thank you, and I'm sure I'll see you before Christmas or whatever the holidays are. Happy, merry, I don't know, shit, whatever it is. Best to you. Thank you very much.